Hello there, and we are live again. Welcome to another episode of Sincerely Agile with Mary. Now, on this platform, it is a place where we want to learn, unlearn, and relearn, a place where we want to be change agents and also be awesome and wholesome together. My name is Mary Lanion. I am an enterprise agile coach, and as always, I am your host. Now, today we're talking about Africa Agility Foundation and Girls in Tech. And I have the one and only Aanu Gopald to have this conversation with me. And I'm just going to welcome her. Hello, Anu.
Hello, Mary.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Glad to be here today.
It's so good to have you on Sincerely Agile with Mary today. I've been wanting you to, come on the show to come and talk about Africa Agility Foundation and, the Girls in Tech, the NGO, that you've been operating, in Nigeria, helping girls who, want to come into the technology space. We really want you to come and tell us all about that. So you're welcome to Sincerely Agile with Mary. Aanu Gopald, business agility coach and board member, Scrum Alliance. I think we have a comment. We have Ronke joining us. Ronke is on LinkedIn joining us. Hello, Ronke. How are you? Nice to have you here. And we're going to have some more people join us. We stream on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, Anu, tell me, how have you been? I mean, we've had this COVID situation for a while now, and I know you are in the States. How have you been?
Wow, I've been great. It's been a roller coaster journey.
Mm-hmm.
Having to work from home, stay at home with the kids at home. Tell me
Yeah,
about it, especially when you have younger kids.
yeah.
We are thriving. We are
Mm-hmm.
well, and we are safe.
That's it. But how did it affect your business, though?
Well, being an agile person, it was really easy to quickly adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Because before COVID, if someone tells me that I will be doing a lot of virtual training, coaching, I'm like, no, the best experience is when people come together in the same room, using chat, using flip chart, Sharpies, all
Yes.
having all kind of group activities is the
Yeah.
best way to learn. But I was able to quickly move everything virtually, and
Mm-hmm.
in a space of 2 weeks I was able to set up my business, set up myself in the virtual space, and the greatest opportunity is I was able to reach people outside of where I live, because anybody from any part of the world can actually attend my training, my coaching, and every opportunities that I give to people out there.
Fantastic. I like you took us back to the days of face to face,
Yeah.
because if we actually look at the Agile manifesto, it says it's the best way, right? That face to face communication is the best way. Now,
Exactly.
little did we know that COVID was going to come along and shove us all online. Now, again, another opportunity that came with COVID was that it wasn't just, okay, I'm in Texas, I'm training people in Texas, okay, or I'm
Yeah.
in the UK, I'm training people only in the UK. Now we could, have, participants from all over the world. And when you talk about diversity, I mean, we really had diversity in front of us as
Yes, we
as
do.
facilitators when we found ourselves in that situation, facilitating training sessions virtually, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yes.
those were some of the benefits of the pandemic that we have all collectively experienced. And also, it was a test to our own agility as agilists, isn't it? It
That's
was
really
a
true.
test.
How quickly can we adapt
How
and
quickly can we
change?
adapt?
You
Yes,
know,
yes, yes. How quickly can we adapt? And another thing I take away from COVID every time we talk about it is the fact that, if you remember, I think it was Charles Darwin, that success
Mm.
is not to the most intelligent, but to the most adaptable. And it
Mhm.
just goes to show that as humans, we truly can adapt.
Yes, we can.
we really can adapt. And I'm saying this because at some point in our conversation, we probably will come back to that, because we're trying to, encourage people to come into the agile space. We are, trying to encourage young girls to come into the tech space. So we have a few people join us now. So I know I'm going to introduce you to our audience. Let's see, I've got a few people. If I go to the comments, we've got Andrea on LinkedIn as well. We have another LinkedIn user. So I'm just going to read your bio so that people can get to know more of you and all the amazing stuff that you have done. So here we go. Aanu Gopald is an action oriented business transformation coach, executive coach, master facilitator, back of the room trainer, and global speaker with expertise in individual, groups, professional coaching, and development. She brings 20 years' experience gained through partnering with many leading organizations in 3 continents, facilitating major disruptive change. She is passionate about working with clients who want to lead and live at their best. Anu is a highly sought after Anu is highly sought after by organizations needing assistance in aligning business, talent, and strategies to drive business performance. She is the founder of Africa Agility Foundation, a fast rising NGO powering the tech talent economy of Africa. She believes that every citizen of the world deserves to be empowered to function at full capacity, regardless of their social and personal limitations. She serves as the first African on the board of Scrum Alliance Inc. and the first Black African female to acquire the prestigious Certified Agile Coach from Scrum Alliance. She is also the host of the popular Agile Africa Alliance, a virtual community of thousands of Africans in the diaspora, Agile practitioners, a champion of equity and inclusion. She also launched the Women in Agile chapters for both Nigeria and Dallas, Fort Worth, USA. As an executive coach for leadership teams, she has worked with major organizations like Nike, AT&T, Toyota, Capital One, TD Bank, EDF Energy, and UK government. Wow, what an impressive bio right there. Anu, I'm literally docking my hat off to you here. You are welcome to
Respect to
Sincerely
you too.
Respect. Respect to Anu, respect. Docking my hat off to you. So you are welcome to Sincerely Agile with Mary. It is such a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Now, you are a business agility coach. You are the founder of, Agility Africa Agility Foundation, and you also encourage tech girls into the tech space. And this is what we want to talk about today. So let me, however, which is the classic question I ask a lot of agilists I invite to this show, how did your journey start? Let's find out more about how your journey started. And the reason I ask this question all the time is that we want to encourage more people to come into this space,
Mm,
more diversity into this space. But there's always that feeling that, can I do this? The usual imposter syndrome, or I'm now too old to change my career. But I know you weren't always an agilist, so let us hear that story. Starting with you, how did your agile journey start?
wow, thank you so much, Mary. I would say that my journey started unknowingly since when I was little, or maybe when I was a teenager. I love inspiring people. I love growing people, especially children in the church. I was children church
Mm.
teacher in the children's school. Then I moved when I was in university. I started inspiring teenagers to find their path and also to believe in themselves. I was in Nigeria at that time doing that. And when you think of agile, agile is all about inspiring others, helping others to become better, helping others to achieve their goal in life, achieve their dream. But coming to the workplace, my journey started way back in 2007. I was a program manager at one of the UK government organization, and
So
everything.
you were actually in the UK, and then
Oh,
you
I
left
was
us
in
and
the
went to America. UK was too small for you, right?
UK. By default, I came to US because of family. My
Okay.
Yeah, so UK was too small for my husband. Let me put it that way. Like the food is too small, the houses are too small, everything is too small, and Texas is big.
I know.
So I had to relocate. So that was in 2007. A friend of mine introduced me to Agile by inviting me to a conference. It was QuickCon conference. I forgot what month in 2007 that was. And I listened to Jeff Sunderland. He was talking about the amazing super magic Scrum and Agile, and talking about the benefits, faster time to market, customer collaboration, short feedback loops, and all those amazing benefits. And that really caught my curiosity. Like, wow, this is really what delivering product, software, project, whatever I was doing at that time. This is what it's all about. And if all these benefits exist in this new thing called Agile, then this will make life easier for me and my teams and my organization to deliver customer-centric value. So I at that time there were few resources, books out there. So I invested a lot in books, and Mr. Google was my best friend. Whatever information that I could hear about this agile thing that was like a sweet melody to my ear. So I started self-studying. Then the government, of course, was not ready for agile. So I changed job in 2008 and I worked for a gas and energy company, but was still as a program manager. So few months into the job, I introduced Agile to my manager. He was excited about it, and he read some books like I did. We researched together. He became product owner. I became Scrum Master, and my large project team became two cross-functional teams. And as a newbie, like I said, my knowledge was based on textbook and everything.
Yeah.
And another challenge I had at that time as well was I was still struggling with my PM syndrome. Like, oh, I have to be in control of everything, and having to let go. And to be honest with you, that was a critical moment of teaching and learning and self-reflection and life lesson for me. So at that point, I had no guidance, no mentor, nobody to rely on apart from textbook. So, and I struggled a lot. I struggled, my team struggled. And it's okay to struggle because that was part of the learning moment for me. So, and the key learning for us was failing together, learning together through inspection and adaptation. So we're able to adapt the Scrum thing that I knew at that time in alignment with the team and organization culture. We were not truly 100% agile as a team. Or,
Trial and error. You were
trial
just,
and error. Yeah.
cutting and pasting.
So, but Mary, to be honest with you, this concept actually provide fertile land, not just for my team, for myself, but for my team to grow. And we were able to exploit ourselves, our limiting beliefs, and the possibilities out there. So shortly after, I think 3 months after, I came across a treasure online and a very, very simple concept of what true agility is all about. And this really hit home for me and cemented my understanding. And this thing is just doing Scrum at home, just scrumming your life, scrumming yourself, scrumming everything. So I started using Scrum to set up my personal life, my development goals, and I use simple Excel spreadsheets for my, Kanban board, to do, doing, done. That's the best I knew at that time. So, and it's now became open to me like, oh, try something new. And the biggest value for me at that point is I spend my time on those things that add value to my life and my work
That's it.
and prioritization. And also from organization perspective and family perspective as well. I began to see things from the lens of I to we.
That's it.
Because as a program manager, it's all about you. The success is on you. The breakthrough is on you. The magic is on you and everything. So it's no longer about me, but everyone is here to contribute and give their best.
Win together, winning together.
Yeah, in it together. So there's
Yeah.
no blaming. Everyone is responsible. Before, as a program manager, I was accountable. Now with Agile, we are all accountable and we all have a role to play to ensure that we are successful and the organization is successful. And this really Joe and the best moments, when it comes to work for me. And also to continue to grow in my journey, I started participating in some few conferences that are there in the UK. There was no COVID, there was no virtual anything.
It was
You know,
physical, yeah.
yeah, everything was physical. The
Mm-hmm.
few user groups that were there, Scrum Alliance is already there, Agile Alliance was there, reading some resources and watching some videos,
Mm-hmm.
good quality webinars and videos as well. So 8 months at that organization, um,
Mm.
my team began to create customer-centric value that caught the attention of the leadership team. And I was invited to do a presentation about Agile, my
Mm.
team success stories. And that was the beginning of the journey and
Wow.
transformation of that organization. So they hired experienced coaches. And of course, I now began to have support and learn
Yes.
from people and on how to apply true agility to life, to work, and everything.
Mm.
So, and here we are today.
Yeah, here we are today. Very interesting story. And I like that, you heard about Agile. You were already within an organization and you thought, you know what, let's start doing this. Let's start trying it. Let's give it a go. You
Mhm.
were curious about it and started to learn more about it yourself.
Yeah,
And that is why I always, talk about self-directed learning. When
yep,
people come to me in this space, I always tell them, I say, you have to be a self-directed learner,
yep.
because going to a 2 day Scrum certification will not do it for you.
Now,
Going to even a 1 week boot camp will not do it for you. You have to be a self-directed learner. So that's a big message there. If you're here, you're listening, and agile is something that is, hitting, is aligning with your mindset right now, and you want to come into this space, you have to be a self-directed learner. And
oh,
when
and
you
Mary,
started,
sorry, Mary,
yeah,
1 second. I keep
yeah,
telling people start from where you are.
start
I
from where you
started
are.
from where I am.
Yeah,
Where you are working currently right now,
yeah,
you know, kickstart something, even
that
within
is
your
it.
team.
That is
Introduce
it.
it to them, even if it is just retrospective.
Exactly.
At a short period, reflect together as a team. Make it
Yeah,
simple. What did we
yeah,
learn in the last 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever cadence you want to set for yourself? What
yeah,
has worked for you guys as a team? What didn't work for you? What do you need to improve on?
yeah.
Don't just drop everything Scrum and Agile to them. It's
Mm-hmm.
incremental and iterative.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Agile, Anu, has moved away from software. I
Yep.
mean, just on Friday, I had a 30 minutes mentoring session with an aspiring agilist who is based in Nigeria, wanted to start making progress, and she's in HR. And I said to her, "You are in a very powerful place. To be in
Yep.
HR, you are in a very, very powerful place. That's where all the dosh comes out from." I said, "So to be in HR and to have this agile mindset, and to start experimenting from HR, you actually have the power to influence." But she didn't see it that way, because
Mm.
a lot of people, when they think about agile, they're always thinking, oh, deliverables, software, IT, So very interesting message to give out there. So thank you for that, Anu. So you have empowered so many people. You've been doing that since you were a young person yourself. You have empowered people, so many people into the agile space. But at what point in your journey, I know you've taken us back to your school days and your Sunday school days, but when we're talking about agile specifically, at
Mm.
what point in your journey did that become a mission for you to say, you know what, I want to empower more people into this space?
So, Mary, what higher purpose could there be than to
Mm,
break new grounds in one's field of expertise, right?
mhm,
There's no
mhm.
higher purpose than that. So I started breaking new grounds by helping Africans specifically outside of my workplace. Yes, I've helped a lot of people in my workplace. So what about this beautiful thing that has changed and transformed my lives and
Yeah,
transformed the people around me?
yeah.
Why not introduce it to the Africans around me that are earning $15 an hour, $20 an hour, and let them break through into an industry that is open for all, regardless of your color, your skin color, your race,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. See,
Yeah,
there's nothing we cannot do if we truly put our heart into it. It's all about what is
absolutely.
for us.
Absolutely.
So, and for those that were interested in going into the career, so I started with the people close to me,
Yeah.
especially those that were project manager and those that I see that they have the agile mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually started from the church as well. Right?
Okay.
It's everything
Yeah,
started
because we have the whole community there.
at my community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was fairly new in US at that point. So the closest community to me was church. When I
Mm-hmm.
go to work, I'm faced with different colors and different people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no longer empowerment for me. It became a calling.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people ask me, how do I do it? The answer is, I don't know. If
Mm-hmm.
something is not your calling and you jump into it, you will fail.
Mm-hmm.
So I found it very easy because there's a power behind me that is making things to happen. And when
Mm-hmm.
things happens for me, things happens for the people that I'm helping as well. And when
Absolutely.
doors open for them, doors open for me, and it's vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So by 2015, I finally found my true self in this journey and understand my calling,
Mm-hmm.
so that Africans that have encountered can live the life they are meant to live and build the business they are meant to build. So,
Absolutely.
and the interesting thing is when you receive calls from your mentees, I have landed either a Scrum Master job, a product owner job, an Agile coach job. Oh my God, I found
Yeah.
those
I know
fulfillment.
the feeling.
Yes, in my calling.
Yeah.
So it's a calling.
It is a calling. I actually say it's a ministry for me. That is what I
Yeah.
tell my mentee. This is my ministry. That is what I say to people. So when we talk about a calling, it doesn't mean I have to be on the pulpit in a church on
Oh
Sunday.
no, no.
Empowering people every single day. Like I said, I mean, the lady I mentored for 30 minutes on Friday, she someone hooked her up with me on LinkedIn. I mean, that's it. She said, "Oh, can you spend some time with me?" I was happy to spend 30 minutes with her, to give
Mm,
her, question her, direct her, ask her questions about where she's coming from, where she's going. It gives me so much fulfillment to do that. And that is
mm,
why we do what we do.
yeah,
And taking it one step further, I mean, especially for those of us, outside of our continent, we also know that we have a lot of qualified Africans in jobs that they are overqualified for, right? And we're also trying to bring them into the
yeah,
professional space so that they can begin to, they can start their journey. I don't know if you saw my show last week. I had Eno Eka. She was talking about business analysis. She's only been in Canada for, I think, 4 years, but you should see the amazing thing she has done in terms
yeah.
of bringing diversity into the professional space for business analysis. And that is exactly what you are doing. And that is also one of the reasons you're here on the show. We want to showcase the amazing thing you're doing. This is the month of March where we're celebrating women. So I'm here
Mm,
celebrating you on this platform. And
thank
I'm
you.
also using the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you, Aanu Gopald, for all that you are doing for Africa, for all that you are doing for women, for all that you're doing for young girls, for all that you're doing for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because I always say, talk is cheap.
Yeah,
Okay? Talk is cheap. So when I see women like you who match their words with action, I admire you, you inspire me, and I appreciate you. So
thank you.
thanks for all you do. So we have more women, I mean, more comments here. Um, I hear amen to that. Okay. And I would love to learn how to apply Agile in church ministries. Why not? You're a ministry leader. That's fantastic. 100%. Yeah, I agree. I feel this is a calling for me too, as a Scrum Master and an Agile coach. Fantastic. And someone is saying yes there. Last week was Eno. Yes, Eno was awesome last week, and I know it's just as awesome too. So yes, we continue to do what we are called to do because, like you said, this is a
Mm,
calling. Now, you are the founder of Africa Agility Foundation. This is an NGO, a non-governmental organization. Tell us more about this. I know it's all about girls in tech. Again, I know, look, you're a woman with three young children, husband. You work with high flying organizations. So, and I know the demands that comes with those kind of organizations. You are practically in Nigeria every other month. How do you do it? And how do you, get everything done? Tell us more about, your foundation.
wow, that's that's a
Mm,
question that a lot of people
mm,
ask me, and
mm,
sometimes it seems I don't even have the right answer or the kind of answers that people want to hear because I
mm.
don't even know how I do it with
You do it,
thousands of
yeah.
mentees. My kids keep saying,
Mm,
Mommy, you're not going to pick your call from so time to so time. But
mm.
when somebody call you and say, "Oh, I have an interview tomorrow," I'm like, "Ah, no,
Yeah,
this person must get a job. I must just give me
exactly.
5 minutes," and 5 minutes return to 30 minutes, 30 minutes return to
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
let me talk about Africa Agility Foundation. So
Mm,
it's a fast rising tech NGO empowering the tech talent economy of Africa. We are registered in Nigeria and also a 501c3 charity organization in the US. And our vision is to transform lives, one African girl at a time with tech education. So it's not just my vision, it has become vision of many, many, many people. It's the team that works in Africa Agility and our supporters, different organizations, and the girls. It has
yeah.
become a dream for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission is to equip 500,000 female youths with tech education, mentorship, job placement, and entrepreneurship opportunities in Africa ecosystem by 2030.
Mm,
And this journey started back in 2020 October when COVID really hit the world, and we
mm,
are doing this for girls regardless of their economic or social background. So personally, for me, people ask me why this foundation, why is it important to me?
yeah.
It's very important because I personally envision a society where more African women, especially, sit at the executive table in both private and government institutions. And this is not just in Africa, but globally.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have seen a lot of Asian women sitting on executive table. So both African and African American women also belong in that circle,
Yeah.
you know. And I also envision that we in Africa, especially not just Africa, globally, we
Mm-hmm.
have more men disruptors, inventors,
Mm-hmm.
coming up with innovative solutions in the tech ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Who says women are not smart anymore?
Exactly.
Come on, and when you even look at all these, I'm not a feminist. I support both male and
Mm-hmm.
female gender, but when you see the power behind these men, it's their wife or their girlfriend or the woman or
Mm,
women behind them.
mm-hmm.
So and so everything we do in this world, from when we sleep and when we wake up, is powered by tech.
Mm,
I founded this NGO in 2020 to build an ecosystem of African tech talents,
mm-hmm.
develop data solutions for the world, and taking their place at the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have run several programs from coding and
Mm-hmm.
robotics for kids. Thousands of kids have
Mm-hmm.
gone through our programs, and they actually build robots.
Hmm.
They build robots, they build apps, children apps. I was weeping when I see
Fantastic.
all these things.
Yeah.
One agile in education, introduce it into the education system, and we also
Mm-hmm.
help some small businesses, especially businesses for youth, to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fantastic.
and I really want African kids and youth to realize that they are in fact worthy of their dreams, their hope,
Absolutely.
aspiration, their desire, and their passion in tech. And they can thrive in the tech ecosystem regardless of the color of their skin, their
Mm-hmm.
accent, and they can live in financial abundance. Amen to that. No more poverty.
Yes.
The
Yes.
present moment of happiness, and
Absolutely.
also to cut through the society programming that they are not good enough.
Exactly.
Even
Exactly.
from the parents as well, you will see some parents, some uncles, some aunties back in
Mm,
Africa. You are not good enough. Come on, you have the
mm,
best child, the best niece,
mm,
nephew, name it.
mm.
The only thing is that we just need to help them to
Yeah.
unleash their superpower and their talent.
Yeah, and guide them, and that is what you're doing with your foundation. And you've said it. We everything we do, everything we do is powered by technology. So even as a business today, it doesn't matter what business you're in, you must see your business as a technology business because
Exactly.
it is driven by technology. Even we as individuals, we need to keep disrupting ourselves. It's not just about businesses alone. And that is why we do what we do here on this platform,
Yeah.
having these conversations every Sunday, bringing different people to come and have this conversation and encourage more diversity into this space. And it's a responsibility that we take very, very seriously. I mean, you are talking about how when you get that call, I mean, just a few days ago, someone from Atlanta sent me a message, and she was like, she doesn't even know how to thank me because she just got a job as a scrum master, and she's part of my cohort. So Another person in Nigeria also got a job as a Scrum Master, again from my cohort, a recent cohort. So when we come online and say these things are doable, they are doable.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a partnership. So when you come into my space, when you come into our new space, we have a role to play. But more importantly, you have to be a self-directed learner. You
Yeah.
have to take radical. I use the word radical, not just taking responsibility, but radical responsibility for that journey you're about to start as an agilist. And
Yeah.
when people take it on like that, they get the result in no time. They
Yes.
get the result. So we're here to encourage you. If you want to come into the agile space, you can reach out to Anu, you can reach out to me. Now, talking about girls in tech, I mean, I follow you on LinkedIn. I read your post. I see all the things you share about the about girls in tech. I think it runs every quarter. You've had a lot of successes, I can see. And
Mm.
as a matter of fact, we're going to be hosting three of your
Good.
girls next weekend. We're going to be hosting three of your girls for them to come and share their journey so that they can also encourage young girls like themselves.
Mhm.
That because I'm sure their friends will be watching and saying, okay, so they are doing this. Okay, maybe I can do that too. Because we need to use this platform, productively. So they are going to be coming next weekend. But what challenges did you encounter, especially, given that you are far away, this NGO is mostly in Nigeria? What were the challenges in running this Girls in Tech Foundation?
Oh yeah, we have so many success stories coupled with
Hmm.
a lot of challenges. Number one
Yeah.
is financial support. And honestly, this is the most disappointing for me because
Hmm.
I've realized that getting financial support from African companies and government is a complete waste of time,
Wow.
except you know who writes the check. Um, a lot of people think, oh, maybe a government is giving you money or blah, 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 blah. We've only secured sponsorship from two organizations, and it's just 600,000 naira, $1,100. An individual that gave us now around $50, about 500,000 as well. So most of the support came from the Agile network in the States and few from
Mm,
UK, people like supporting the girls. And 80% of my and my husband personal fund has gone in running this initiative
mm. Wow.
for where we are. And the journey to 500,000 is still a very long journey.
It's a
So
long one.
that is why I started the GoFundMe so that we can scale, sustain, and grow because
Mm,
I can't do it alone, you
yeah.
know, and with few
Yeah.
support. So it's financial support. It's when I see organizations in the Western world supporting initiatives like this, I'm so ashamed of African companies, organizations,
They
and
can do more. That's for
oh,
sure.
and they can do more. The annoying, I got annoyed recently when I approached an organization before and I said, just give us 1 million naira. 1 million naira is how much? $2,000 or something like that.
Mm,
And I
mm,
introduced, so a friend of mine got a franchise for a big TV show. And I
mm-hmm,
introduced the same MD to the TV show. And the person said, oh, this is the kind of money, investment that we would like to do.
mm.
And gave like, oh, we are going to invest 300 million naira. I'm like, what? I asked you for 1 million to empower girls, but you can. I don't get it when people. I'm sorry, big brothers and co. I don't get it.
I know that's a very serious conversation, and I guess that is a whole topic on
Find
its
that.
own. And that is the unfortunate reality of our time today.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this show that I run here. This is a show that educates, that informs the mind. The highest view I'll get is perhaps 20 live.
Mm.
But if Tiwa Savage says she wants to come and just say, she wants to just come and scream, or Davido says, I just want to come and sneeze, 2 million people will show up to hear Davido sneeze. Look, that is their destiny, that is their reality, that is what it is. Okay, let's move away from that. People who sponsor, they are looking for a return on investment, and therefore they will sponsor Big Brother because 70 million people I don't know will be watching
Watching.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
So who is going to come and sponsor Sincerely Agile with Mary? But you see, nonetheless, we do what we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell people, if it's only one person that is going to be live with me, I'm going to continue until I don't want to continue anymore. It wouldn't be, oh, Mary has stopped the show because she has just 10 people live. No, Mary is doing this show as a calling, and one person at a time is being transformed. People may not see it, but this show, this platform is actually transforming lives. And that one person whose life changes means the world to me. So, Anu, you can complain from today till tomorrow. You can complain from today till tomorrow. Big Brother will get the sponsorship that African Foundation Agility will never get. That is the unfortunate reality.
I've
But
stopped
we'll
complaining.
continue. We continue to do what we can do. Now,
Yeah.
another thing you can do, let me just drop this here, is that the girls that pass through Africa Foundation Agility, get them to pay back.
Yeah.
Get
So
them to pay it forward, not pay back, pay it forward.
pay
So even
for
if it is 1,000 naira a month, let them also pay it into the foundation so that another girl like them will also have the opportunity. Just like we do with student loan in the UK. We get student loan, but we pay it back, isn't it? So that somebody else can come and use it. So perhaps you want to think about that for sustainability, because this is a foundation we want to be here for a very, very long time to come. So yes, finance will definitely be a huge challenge. Now, Anu, I read your bio. You are the first African on the board of Scrum Alliance. That is huge. That is big deal. So what should we expect from Anu now? Now that Anu is a board member on the Scrum Alliance, board, what should we? Because I know you are a woman who thinks. You're a thinker. What should we expect from Anu?
Well, so my highest priority being on the board is to elevate people of color
Mm-hmm,
because there's so many opportunities for Caucasians
mm-hmm,
and the rest.
mm-hmm,
So, and my way of doing this is to co-design the future for both
mm-hmm,
men and women of color.
mm-hmm.
It's not just my dream; it's the dream of everybody, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be my plan, but our plan. Even before being appointed as a board member, I've listened to the people of color, I've heard their voices,
Mm-hmm,
I fully understood the underrepresentation of Black women, Black people, especially,
mm,
not just in the agile space, but in the tech space. When you
yeah.
see organizations, you find more Asian and even made Asian in the tech
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem. So, and our African people are so, so, so talented as well.
They
At
are.
conferences, meetups, on the board of top agile organization, you will hardly
Yeah.
find a Black person chairing
Mm-hmm,
this event, you
mm-hmm,
know. And so my goal is to be a game changer, ensure
mm-hmm,
that we people of color are visible, they are heard, they are valued and
mm-hmm,
recognized for
mm.
all the work that we have contributed as well. I'm already initiating partnerships with some organizations to support mentorship program for people of color, especially Africans in Africa and African and diaspora and African
Right.
American as well.
Yeah.
And also, um, I'm talking to Scrum Alliance to use my influence as a board member to spearhead giving emerging, developing continents, countries access to the best agile and data practices and training at little or no cost, especially for
Okay.
those who can't afford it, so
Yeah.
that we can see inflows of more people of color in the agile space, especially Africans that lives in Africans.
Mm-hmm.
And at my closing keynote speech at Regional Scrum Gathering Egypt yesterday,
Mm.
I threw a challenge to Africans that were watching, and we need to create more awareness of agile in Africa. And we
Yep.
can we can only do this in collaboration with those of us in diaspora and the
Yep.
people back home. And my call to action for people, I charge them, especially all of us in diaspora, let's not complain about what is not working in our continent. Let us be the change. I actually had a lady that joined, I forgot her name. She used the word be the change, and I said, yeah, this is
Yeah.
actually what I was looking for.
Yes.
So
Yes. Be the
you
change.
let's be the change. We should
Yeah.
find a coalition and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the time for us to give our time, our resources, our energy for free and do something. Opportunities are there. Let's stop
Yeah. There.
complaining and let's take action.
Absolutely. And this is one of the things I love about the agile space, because you see, when I started my agile journey, I mean, I've been a consultant for 14 years, but I actually extended my portfolio into the agile space only in the last six and a half years, going to 7 years now. And when I came into the agile space, the one thing I leveraged were free resources. Like you said, Google is my best friend. Google has always been my best friend as a consultant, because as a consultant, what do? We research all day long. So I leverage a lot of free resources from the likes of Sally Lata, Lisa Atkins, several resources on YouTube, resources on Agile Alliance and Scrum Alliance. So the resources are there. And
Mm-hmm.
that is why I say to people, you have to be a self directed learner. And look at what you are doing. Look at what I'm doing. There are so many other people, in the agile space that are really giving of their time. So, coming back to what you're saying, we need to step up. We can't just keep talking about what is not working. What is that little thing that you can do to bring one person out, take them one step forward? Okay, take them one step forward in whatever it is that they are doing. So we need to start creating those strong communities where
Mm-hmm.
we are really empowering ourselves. And thanks to technology, those communities are springing up.
Yes, they
They
are.
are springing up. So there are a lot of meetups out there. If you want to know about Agile, you are spoiled for choice. The resources are out there. You are spoiled for choice. And again, like we said before, we want people to do better. And we can only do better if we know better. We can only do better if we invest in ourselves.
Mm.
Investment is also another thing. And somebody said something about investment here. There you go. Investing in people is the best investment for humanity.
Yes.
That's the best you can get. That's the best. And of course, it's not just money we're talking about here, it's also time. Like I said, people reach out to me. I give 30 minutes here and there to help, mentor people and help them have clarity about what it is they want to do. And you do a lot of that, Anu. I mean, I don't even think Anu can put a number on the people that she has empowered. I don't think she can put a number to
I've
it.
lost count in
And
seconds.
Anu has lost track of that. Hundreds, thousands of people that has benefited from Anu's, community. She's done, amazing stuff. She's a woman that, really I'm so proud of. Let's see what some of our audience are saying. I'm a self-directed learner. It's very important, Andrea. Very, very important. We have to be self-directed learners. And let me tell you another reason why this is important. And Anu, let me know if you agree with me here. And this is what I foresee. Organizations are going to start spending less on training and more on coaching. That is the future. They are
Yep.
going to spend less on training and more on coaching. And let me tell you why organizations are going to spend less on training. Because if you remember, there used to be a time we would go for training and then we'll come back with big manuals, right? Big ring bound manuals of 5 days training, sometimes 2 weeks training. And then by the time you come back to the office, you can't even remember 20% of what you were taught. Okay. So today, training is on demand.
Mm-hmm.
Training is on a need to know basis. And organizations are aware of the fact that at a click of a button, you can find practically any information you are looking for online. So why should they pay £2,000 for a 3 days training? That is changing and it is changing fast.
It
So
is.
organizations are looking for self-directed learners. It doesn't matter whether you are in the agile space or outside the agile space. And moreover, agile is now transcends every industry. So you have to be a self-directed learner. I just thought I'll pick on that and emphasize that is what organizations are looking for today. That is what organizations are looking for. She's empowering me just from sharing her journey and passion. Fantastic. And that's why we do what we do here today. We heard Anu talk about her transition journey. However, what made both your transition journeys into the agile space smooth? Nuggets, please. Okay, Anu, do you want to go first?
So my transition into Agile wasn't 100% smooth at all. There were some bumps on the way,
Mm-hmm,
but what made it smooth for me, let me focus on the positive side, is
mm-hmm.
going back to what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
You need to have desire to learn, and you need to dedicate time to learn.
yeah,
And you need to go out there to find things and people that will help you to grow.
absolutely.
See, your growth is dependent on how far you want to go and how much investment in time and energy, and
Mm-hmm,
even financially as well. You
mm-hmm.
know, in during my time, we have to pay.
Yeah,
Right now, there's so many free resources out there.
free, free.
You need to spend less time on watching TV, cables. Where I'm looking for my phone. Irrelevant conversation and stuff
Yes,
over the
yes,
phone,
yeah,
and spend time in developing yourself, and also
exactly.
having self-reflection, And also, I don't do much of meditation, but whatever that kind of meditation that works for you, even
Mm.
if it's just to close your eyes and just stay away from the noises, all the noise and
Yeah.
everything around you. Then
Mm.
also another thing that made it smooth for me was I had team that were willing to transition.
Mm.
One thing I've
Fantastic.
realized in the agile space is teams are ready, but leadership are never ready. And most of the resistance that you find in the space comes from leadership.
Mm.
So teams were fully ready, and I had a good boss that was ready to kickstart the journey. Then also, you have to know that you will fail. But what do you do when you fail? You
You
learn from
learn.
failure. I failed a lot,
You learn.
and I've also started many years ago journaling.
Mm.
At the end of the day, I journal what lesson I've learned and what do I
Mm.
need to do to make tomorrow better than today.
Better.
So that self-reflection is very important. And
Mm.
finally, on top of my head, you have to be coachable.
Hmm. You have to be coachable because,
You
to be
have to,
honest, you can be uncoachable.
yeah. So an organization, back to what Mary was talking about before, organization are not looking for the super duper experts. They are looking for people that are flexible, adaptable, willing to learn, and a self directed learner,
That's it. That's it.
and someone that is
Self-directed learner.
coachable.
Coachable, absolutely. Thank you so much, Anu. My story is similar to yours. I'm a self-directed learner, number one. Number two, get rid of the noise.
Yeah.
Take yourself. I mean, I was never someone who was, who liked noise anyway. And I'm someone, I call myself a one-man army sometimes. I'm someone who, as much as I'm not an introvert. I have a good balance between spending time on my own and socializing. And if I want to do something, I totally hibernate. You will not see me. The next time you'll see me, Mary has done that thing. So you need to have a mission. You need to be laser focused. Okay. Now, talking about television, other than the occasional news, just so that I don't live in a country and then I don't know what is happening in the country. I listen to the news occasionally. When I started my journey, I wasn't watching television. Okay. Now, Game of Thrones, I don't know if you know a
Yeah.
series called Game of Thrones. I only just started watching Game of Thrones 10 years later, or is it 9 years later? I was not watching anything. Netflix, no. Because look, for me, the internet is a university.
Mm.
The internet is a university. And I often say to people, if you exhaust your data, okay, and you don't learn anything new online, for me it's like you've paid for university, you've paid for your tuition, and you have not gone to classes. That
Mm.
is the way I see it. There's just so much to learn online. That is not to say we can't go online to listen to music or comedy,
Oh,
but prioritize what it is you're looking for at any point in time. Prioritize it. There are so many groups out there that will take your time that you will never get back again.
yeah.
So be mindful of even the groups you are joining. If you are joining a group, why are you joining that group? Because look, let me tell you, coming into this agile space, it's not, there's a lot you need to know. There's a lot you need to learn. And if you want to go out there and be the best agile coach or scrum master, there's a lot of learning you need to do. And you need to keep learning. For example, if you say you're a coach, to become a great coach, you have to keep practicing. So you have to go to all these meetings, all these coaching circles, and spend your time very, very wisely. And
Mary,
I like what, yeah,
Mary, can I quickly add one or two things to
yeah,
that? Have a roadmap.
have a roadmap. Yeah,
Have a roadmap. Have some quick milestones on your roadmap. Right. I love when Mary said prioritize. Break
yeah,
anything you want to do into small batches. Celebrate quick wins. That
yeah.
quick win is what will propel you to keep going forward.
Mm, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What advice would you give as ways to successfully secure your first role?
We've been talking about this. So additional thing that I will add to this is find a mentor.
That's it.
Oh, there
Find a
are people
mentor.
that are experienced than you.
Yeah,
There are people that have gone through this journey before you in different
absolutely.
organizations and they've learned different lessons. So for you
Hmm.
not to fail the way they failed,
Yeah, yeah,
they will mentor you
absolutely.
and they will share their experiences with you. Don't do it alone.
And people are always willing to help. People are always willing to help. I mean, by the time you reach out to a few people, one person will answer you. That is what I say. LinkedIn Learning, absolutely. LinkedIn Learning has been my best friend past in the past months with treasure box of courses. Absolutely, treasure box of courses.
Mm,
Take control of your time and focus. Absolutely, because time is the greatest resource we have, and we never once we expend it, that is it. It's gone. So make sure you are putting it to good use. Very very important. Fail fast and get back up. What do you learn when we fail? What do we learn? That's so important. We've looked at that, and my mom from US is watching, and she's saying thanks for all you do to humanity for humanity. Be hungry. If the path was not taken, be the one to pave the road. I absolutely, I'm hungry to be the change I want to see. Absolutely, and it's so important for us to pave that way. I mean,
mm,
one of the questions I asked you earlier, Anu, was that at what point did it become a mission for you? As soon as I entered the agile space, almost immediately I started training. I started, encouraging more people to come and do Scrum Master courses and to come and take on Scrum Master roles, because you can't wait for you to be perfect before you start that. And moreover, I was already a trainer anyway. So
mm,
these are things we just have to keep doing. It's not just like I said, it's not talk is cheap. So if we want this change, we need to then look inward. What are we doing in order for this change to happen? And we have more comments here. What practical steps you need to take to get the role? Practical steps. First, you have to do the training. But
yeah.
one thing I say, Anu, because I mean, when we talk about training, it doesn't come cheap. Coaching, all these things don't come cheap,
You pay for
right?
it.
Start by going online yourself to do your research. Like we said, self-directed learner. What is agile? What does the role of a scrum master, what does it mean? Go to YouTube. You'll be amazed at the resources you will find on YouTube. Anu has a lot of resources on YouTube. I have resources on YouTube. Sally Elata, she's got resources on YouTube. Lisa Atkins, she's got resources on YouTube. Just to mention a few. There's another lady I love so much, Karen Former Fong. I think she's Ghanaian, doing amazing work on YouTube, talking about, creating awareness about agile and scrum. So start from YouTube, then move on to take the Scrum Master certification.
Yeah.
Someone like Anu, for example, you can reach out to her and take the certification with her, because she does CSM certification. And once you do that certification, there are a lot of resources on the website, isn't it, Anu?
Yeah, there are so many. Yeah. So, and my certification comes through coaching and mentorship as well. So, and just to add more to what Mary just said, see, you own your journey,
Yeah.
work it with diligence, be confident,
Mm-hmm.
and believe that you are on the path to greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Learn smarter, not harder. You
Mm-hmm.
know, join a
Mm-hmm.
community that can help you to thrive in the agile ecosystem. There are so many out there.
Yeah.
Don't walk the path alone. Find allies, collaborators, mentors
Mm-hmm.
that can support and guide you on the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stay stagnant as well. Develop and learn something new daily. And like I said, do daily reflection. There are tons of resources, as we've been talking about, that you can use to kickstart your journey. The world is your oyster
It
and under
is.
your feet. Don't do it alone. So you need to
Exactly.
unleash your superpower and tap into the energy of yourself and other professionals around you. And the best thing that has ever happened to me on this journey is time and money investment. I can't
Hmm.
overemphasize about this. You know, spend your money to acquire the right knowledge, do training. Without training, you can't get a job. Organizations are looking for certifications. Watch
Yes.
less YouTube, cable, Netflix, watch agile videos and read books and read blogs and read articles. Enable others and appreciate people, especially those that are supporting you. See, one thing
Hmm.
I've seen is sometimes our African people are not encouraging sometimes too. You know, you do something for them, it's never enough. When
Hmm.
we begin to appreciate each other's effort, you will get more support.
Hmm.
Take
Absolutely.
failure as a learning. Do not quit on this journey. This journey will give you the opportunity to learn, reflect,
Mm-hmm.
relearn, and
Mm-hmm.
adapt. And honestly, I wish you all the best. You know,
Yes. Yes.
as
Yes.
you begin this journey.
You can start this journey today. You can start it this evening if you're not already, on this agile journey, and you are thinking, I love what these two ladies are talking about. I want to start my journey. Go to YouTube. So instead of talking, in a chat group about something that doesn't add value to you, go to YouTube instead. Go and spend that 1 hour on YouTube. When I started my agile journey, I bought a Chromecast. Is it Chromecast they call it? You know how you can cast YouTube videos on your television, maybe in your
Yes, yes,
living
yes,
room
yes, yes,
or in your
yes, yes.
bedroom.
I
I
remember.
used
Yeah.
to cast agile videos on my in my room my television. I could
Mm,
just be lying down there and watch one agile video from one agile video to the other. That was my television time. I was busy
mhm.
watching agile stuff. So you have to, like you said, it's about a roadmap. You have to come up with your roadmap and give yourself, timelines, and milestones of things you want to achieve. I want to do this certification by this time. I want to do the next one by this time. I had that roadmap and I just went for it. And you have said another thing, Anu, we have to spend money, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
There are free resources out there, no doubt. You can start with that. But you have to invest in yourself. And if you're an African, you know what I mean when I say Ashoebi. We spend money on Ashoebi. Ashoebi, for those of you who are not Africans, where we Africans we throw parties a lot, and when we throw parties, we buy a material,
Uniform.
we buy
Uniform.
materials, and we all make that materials into fancy dresses, and they don't come cheap. Now, imagine someone who is a real party person, and this person is investing money on this frequently. Imagine what that money, if you can actually calculate it, what that could have done for you in terms of your professional track. So when it comes to investing money, ask yourself, is it cost or is it investment? For
Mm.
me, training myself, getting certified, for me it's an investment, and I am getting the return on investment. Okay, I am getting the return on investment, and if you do the same, you will get your return on investment. So spend your money wisely, but more importantly, spend your time wisely, because you'll never get that time back again. Now, very quickly, Anu, because we've got 4 minutes to the hour, what's your take on the issue of diversity and inclusion? I mean, you've sort of covered it along the
Yeah.
way, but what's your take in terms of going forward? And of course, with the power that you have, you seem to have touched on it, but just wrap up on that.
Well, this is a problem everywhere that really need to be addressed. So
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the Business Agility Institute issue, they issued a report showing
Yeah.
very discouraging progress on diversity, inclusion, and equity in the agile community. And right now, I believe so many opportunities present itself. At my first meeting with a company that I worked many years ago, a senior VP said, "Now we are complete, and now we have a diverse team of leaders." And I looked around. I'm the only black person in the room. So what does that mean? So now we have a black person, the team is complete. I just laughed. You know, at least one organization is adding a black person and even a black female person in their leadership team. So now we have started seeing more changes, although not yet significant in the lineup of speakers at local
Mm.
and global conferences.
Yeah.
Previously, you will hardly find a black person.
Yeah.
So, Mary, maybe because of the underlying issues as well, the main challenge people like us across multi-racial background have is self-doubt.
Yeah.
And the lack of diversity, equity in the workplace hindered us to entirely believe in our underlying capability. So
Mm.
when you see successful people of color, they have to go extra miles, scaling through stereotypes and prejudice to uncover,
Mm-hmm.
discover, and unlock their
Yeah.
their potential. So for me, I had to raise my hand and stand against all odds, gather up the courage to stand for what is right in the face of adversaries,
Mm-hmm.
and in the midst of storm. So
Mm-hmm.
this means we can be anything we want to be if we can just see it now. And if we don't see it now, we should keep trying. And we just have to stand together. So that's one
Mm.
thing that is missing for us.
Mm.
The togetherness is not there. So we have to stand
Mm.
together and support each other to thrive. Then we can
Mm.
start seeing changes happening.
Yeah. That is slowly changing now. Like I said, that community is slowly changing. And I know you are where you are today. I mean, because you also invested in yourself.
Yes, yes.
Okay, they didn't just land this to you on a platter. You
No?
worked your way here. You are
Oh, yeah.
deserving of where you are right now. Okay, so we also need to invest in ourselves, spend our time wisely, and the opportunities will come. That is what I tell my mentees. I said, look, it might take a while, but the jobs will come. And about 5 people have gotten a job as a scrum master in the last 5 months, because they were prepared when the opportunities came. There are a lot of jobs out there with nobody to fill them, because the skill set is just not as it should be in that space. there's not enough people to fill these roles. There are jobs out there, but not enough people to fill the roles. So
Yeah.
we have this question here. Yes, she does CV reviews. She does CV reviews. I do CV reviews as well. So
Yeah.
reach out to Aanu, and thank you so much for being here with us. We are just a minute to the hour, and I usually don't like to go. I like to stay to my time box. The sky is big enough. Absolutely, we should support each other. So thank you all, everyone, for spending your evening with us. Anu, thank you so much. You're an awesome
Thank you
woman doing
for
amazing things. We love you. We appreciate you. And you are our woman this month as we celebrate women all over the world this month. Thank you so much for all that you do. And next Sunday, we're going to be showcasing 3 of the girls from Anu's Girls in Tech initiative. You don't want to miss that. We want to encourage more girls to come into this space. To our audience this evening, thank you so much, Anu. Thank you for spending time with me on Sincerely Agile with Mary. Bye bye, everybody.
bye.